The Harlingen Cardinals spent their entire offseason getting ready for their first 3 games. Played a great first half against Reagan, and then this past Thursday, they played McAllen and got a big win, especially wearing down the Bulldogs in the second half. Now, though, the Cardinals are ready for the team that knocked them out of the playoffs last year, Weslaco, coming up this Friday. It will be the Cards at the Panthers.
Honestly, it's bigger to go to Wesco. They think they're coming to beat us again, but we're working.
But it's one thing about playing Weslaco. They run that offense that should be outlawed, man. It don't come out on Saturdays or Sundays, so it should be. But anyway, they do a good job of it, and I know Coach Vidal and those guys are going to do a good job of getting those kids ready. So it should be a fun evening.
Should be a fun evening indeed. Joe, they don't play the Coach Villarreal's offense on Saturdays or Sundays. Does that mean they should outlaw it?
I don't know. Not if you ask anyone in Weslaco, because he just keeps winning football games. But, yeah, it is definitely a challenge to go against that football team.
It definitely is. Weslaco, of course, went on the road this past week and lost their first game of the season, but looked good in a game against Corpus Christi King, hanging tough in the rain at Buck Stadium against the King Mustangs. Brian Guerra, one of the many, many running backs who had a very good game for the Panthers. Your thoughts right now on Harlingen and Weslaco and the way they play ball, Mario?
I think at this point this was expected, I think, for most people, considering Harlingen was bouncing back from that San Antonio Reagan game, a game that more or less just shows them out of valley competition, and I think exposes them to what they could expect in the playoffs. I think that kind of game just kind of sets the tone for the rest of the season for Harlingen.
All right, well, let's go ahead and make our picks on it. Let's check it out. It is Lackey Stadium. It is Friday night. Mario, you've got Harlingen.
Yes. I mean, last season, I think they still remember the playoff loss last year where they lost 3-0 to Weslaco. I think that with the win against Mackay, I think is enough momentum for them to beat Weslaco, and I think it'll say a lot about the hierarchy of the Valley teams just as they try to battle for the top spot.
Joe?
Real quick, I think it comes down to these teams are real even on paper. It comes to an intangible, in this case, the player attitude. Harlingen players seem to want this game a lot more than what I've heard from Weslaco. When you talk to Weslaco players about playing Harlingen, it's not ho-hum, but it's not we got to beat them. Harlingen is coming to beat you.
Yeah, and I've got Harlingen winning in this game. What their defense did against San Antonio Reagan the first half still sticks with me. If they can stop that offense, which has a lot of misdirection, just like Weslaco's, I don't know what they'll be able to do against the Panthers. But 32-6A as a whole, Joe, what are your thoughts? Los Fresnos looks good. Brownsville Veterans looks good. San Benito looked good. Harlingen looked good. Hannah looked good until their loss against Donna. What are your thoughts?
And Rivera's going to get better.
Yes.
Yeah, that district is going to be tough. We thought that Donna Mercedes Edcouse district was maybe the toughest. Now you got a couple to talk about, and this is one of them.
Your thoughts on this district? Is it the best top to bottom in the Valley?
I think it is. I think even over 31-5A, which I think was the best district last season, 32-6A has arguably 4 of the top 10 teams in district. And if Rivera could sneak in like they have the last couple of years, that might even be 5. So I think that's the strongest up to this point.
All right. Thanks a lot, Mario. We are going to let you take a break for a second as we get ready for our Coach's Corner. Coach Bruce Bush joins us when we come back on Sunday Sports Extra.